Email us today for a free catalog to browse all of our traps and snares, baits and lures, and much more. Get all of your trapping and predation control needs by emailing to info@NorthAmericanTrapper.com for your free catalog. Proven products equals proven conservation.
All right, we got a coyote down here around the corner. This is one of the sand pits, like the trap here. Some coyote droppings right here, and you can see there's a lot of canine tracks here in the sand. Mostly coyotes. It's been a long time before I caught any fox around here. All right, there's Mr. Coyote over there. He doesn't look too bad from here. Oh boy, he's in there all the way, Al. Look at that sucker. Yeah, he looks like a good mature coyote. He's got a pale face. Yeah. I'd be pissed too, buddy. Looks like he came in here last night. He hasn't got it tore up too bad. He's got a couple ticks on his face I could see above his eye, but other than that, it's a good looking coyote. I chose this spot because there's little brush piles, and that's where rabbits and stuff like to hang out, and I've seen the coyote tracks go in and out over here hunting for those. They've actually got trails going through the brush where they catch those. So it's a good place to set a trap, and I believe there's more here. They come through every week, 2 weeks, they'll make their rounds. And well, we were lucky we got here when we did, and we got this one. Okay, that's a 4-coil Duke, and let's see. I'm gonna dig the bed. This sand is so fine, I'm just using my bare hands on it, like that. And I'll use that stick to make a bait hole. Nice, good, deep hole. Right there, like that. And I want to put some more backing behind there, but I'm gonna have to get that after. I could smell this ground. All smells like where he's been peeing. I'll draw that pan down just a little bit, like that. I've got a good 6.5 inches or so offset to the right. I'm gonna bed that good. Just like that. I like to make it like that when he comes in here. And I've been using beech leaves for pan covers. We got a lot of them here. This is it. That's all I do. They work good. Just like that. That's all you need. You don't need much, especially in a remake. That's not really so much a guide, it's just something to take their eyes. This is kind of what it looked like before he was caught, so I just want to put this piece of white pine back in there for backing. Little of that stuff there. We got our trap right there, about 6.5 inches back from the hole and off to the right, like a 1/4 of an inch off to the right. It's just, if you notice, he was caught in his right foot, and a lot of times when you guys catch coyotes, that's where it's going to be, on the right foot. So I always set it off just a little bit off to the right. I've got Allen's Red Vixen here, which is really a good lure, and that's what we're going to use to to catch this next one. Oh boy, blood on the gloves. I can smell that from here. That is good stuff. And a nice dollop down in there. And shove it in there. A little of that old grass over it. And that set's ready to take another one. Our Adirondack fox. Look at that.
Well, here's an interesting thing. This is a fresh pile of coyote scat while Eddie takes a tick off. You love ticks, don't you, Eddie?
Yes.
Eddie doesn't like ticks. I don't like ticks either.
I'm getting ticked off.
Yeah, you're getting ticked off. He's cracking jokes now. Okay, we walked up this road to where his traps are. His traps were up there on the left, and we parked right there. And both of us walked right up the middle of this road, and that pile of scat was not there when we went in to check 15-20 minutes ago. What do you think happened, Eddie? There's no doubt.
I think we kicked the male off of her, because this is a nice young female, and that male must have been there visiting her, and the way it looks, there was more than one. I do have 2 traps set out there, about 50 yards apart, but they didn't bother the other trap. They were more interested in where she was, obviously.
Look how fresh that is.
Oh yeah.
That was literally, we walked up this road 15 minutes ago. He had a coyote. We took care of it. And we're coming out, and we both looked at each other at the same. We both looked at each other at the same time. It was like, hey, that wasn't there when we walked in.
I know. I was like, wow.
But we definitely kicked her off of, or him. That's a female, probably her mate.
Yep.
We kicked him off because there was a lot of tracks around in that sand by that coyote. So just thought we would share that. It's you're not going to do anything about it. Hopefully the male comes back looking tonight, but to have that happen and just both of us at the same time, that was pretty funny, Eddie.
It is.
We were both walking out, and we both looked right at each other and was like, hey, that wasn't there when we came in. Oh. Unreal, but pretty interesting. Always watching for sign, and the sign is going to tell you a lot of different things, and that sign tells us that one snuck around us when we were walking in there because we chased it off of that one.
Yep, it's true. I'm clearing off this brand new running pole. I've never set this before, but it looks like a good one, and I want to be somewhere up here because there's a good chance he'll climb up this pole and jump right here. And because the angle of this pole, anything can come up this pole. And you could get a marten here. Very easily could trap a gray fox. I'm going to use a 220 here. And we're going to bind it to the tree, and we'll show you what that looks like when it's done.
Now, as he's doing that, it looks pretty flat here. You can see how it looks pretty flat. Well, the top of the mountain is right there, and I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but you can see the other mountain across the way. I'll show it from the bottom of the hill. He's got me, dude, you got me a mile up this mountain in the Adirondacks. That's where the fishers are, Eddie.
That's right. It's nice up here.
It is nice. But we pull in, and he's like, I really want to put a couple fisher sets up the road here. And we pull in, and, it's, any other place we go, he's like, we got a little bit of a walk here. A little bit of a walk.
Another adventure.
But he's gonna show you how to. I tried to show you my running pole yesterday, which actually is a lot of the information I've got from Johnny and him over the years. But we're gonna watch him, and he's gonna fully explain if you're able to put a running pole in the ground, Eddie's going to show you how to do it.
Alrighty, beaver tail. Here's one of our nuisance beaver, and I'll wire that real good down. It'll work for quite a while. We're expecting some snow showers here in another week or so. So I want that to be in there good. I'm sure there's weasels in here too. They'll be hitting that bait. This is good weasel country. Blustery day.
Yeah, it's a little windy today. It's temperatures dropped a little bit. Hopefully the things will move a little bit tonight, but it is absolutely thick as thieves in here. You can see all of this thick evergreens, white pines, mostly white pines, aren't they?
We got a lot of hemlock. There's some white pine in here, some spruce.
It's beautiful in here, though. This is, you know, just like you have told me every time I come up here with you, this is fisher country.
Oh yeah, not too many deer, and the only thing you ever see up here, like I said, is fisher, coyotes, and occasionally a gray fox in my part of the Adirondacks. And I don't even count the gray fox, but enough of them damn coyotes. I'm gonna start calling them Adirondack fox. All right. I like to have that stand relatively close to the bait because I'm figuring where that 220's got to be. And again, I like using these stands. You don't have to use them, but this tree, you know, if you still got a little life in it, if you don't hammer the heck out of it with nails, it'll last you a little bit longer. That's good and tight. My favorite part about the running pole is I just love I love camouflaging them up in with the hemlock boughs and stuff. It's fun, and once it's there, it's set for the season. I mean, you can take, like I say, 2 to 3 fisher off a running pole, but me, I'll do 1 or 2 and then I'll let it go. This is an older 220. In fact, I believe it's an old Blake and Lamb that I've had for some time. They were good. All right. And I like to put the triggers in the front. I want to get them coming right through, get them behind the neck whenever possible. Just like that. Make sure your safeties are on when you're doing this. Right there in the center. Just like that. Take those safeties off. And it's stiff. Next thing we'll do is wire it off good with some heavy wire. No telling what you'll catch. It's swiveled, so that helps it too. So the chain don't kink up and break. Some of the older traps, you may not realize it, they kink up, and I've found a few like that over the years, broken off, unfortunately. Alrighty. And if something gets caught here, he definitely will touch the ground. So we got that wired off. Now the fun part, cutting all them hemlock boughs. And we got plenty here. like to use these type of pliers. They're good for everything. You can really tighten the wire down on them. But generally, I start by putting them in the springs like this. Like that. I'll go on both sides and do that. Just like that. Start. Then I'll go back here to where I got that wire and shove them in like that. And then I go like that, and effectively making a tunnel, type of tunnel, and I'll lay it across the top of the jaws like that. I just shove it under the wire there like that, and then I'll go backwards just like this, not to leave anything exposed. I don't mind that the birds get on it a little bit, but I don't want them taking it. So before I put any lure on there, I want to make sure I got a little tunnel that will entice any interested fisher, and that looks pretty darn good. I like that. Now we'll put some skunk. It's fun to make these sets. It really is. And once you get used to making them, believe me, it goes quick. And you don't have to carry anything in with you other than the traps. There. A little bit more there. And we're good to go. All right. I got a little bit more carcass here. I'm gonna rub it up and down here. Ooh, that stuff is strong, mister.
Eddie's putting another running pole in here, but you can see just all this back here, this thick, this nice little flat, this top that comes out. These are where those fishers are going to run. You can see we just put the other one in up the mountain at the top, and then we were coming down, and he's like, man, that looks really good in there where that little bench is, and he's putting the finishing touches on this one. But you know, Eddie, you're the master at this. You like this spot. You said that we can't walk by this without putting one in.
It's like, I love it. Yeah, I mean, it's a break in the thickness, and you know, critters are running through here just for the sheer fact that you can go through here fast, and fisher, they're coming through here full throttle. So I like this. It's like decorating a Christmas tree.
Well, it's in there pretty good, and I wouldn't be surprised you might have a double on these two sets when we come in here in a couple days.
That's a good chance.
It's a pretty nice place, but it's all downhill from here. We walked to the top, and now it's downhill the rest of the way, supposedly. Is it downhill, Eddie?
It is for both of us. Oh, you're talking about trapping.
Well, yeah, you know what? Either or, dude. Either or.
Yeah.
But yeah, you created a nice little tunnel right there.
Yeah.
They can look up under there. They got the beaver staring them right in the face.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Well, that's another one in. Hopefully we'll have some.
Yeah. The last thing I'm gonna do is just add a little of this nice skunk we got here. And I mean,
oh yeah, that's potent. You pop the lid on that if you're downwind, you know it.
Yeah, I mean, you probably only have to do this once all season. This stuff is so strong. Oh yeah, and it just gets better and better.
Pretty cool.
And it is not Vaseline.
No, it's not. Well, we're gonna go. We're gonna actually go put some beaver sets in now. I'm gonna show you the new Duke 330 Super Mag. We're gonna put that in, hopefully snag another Adirondack beaver, and I'm gonna actually probably show our cable system for our beaver sets as well, but I wanted to catch Eddie here putting another set in out here in some really awesome territory. Pretty cool.
I like it.
I like it too. Appreciate you having me up again, brother.
I'm glad to have you.
Well, we'll be glad to have a fisher in there. That beaver just staring at him out through there.
Mink have been running here for years. Rocks might be a little slippery from last night's ice, so careful.
You got one, huh, buddy?
Yeah, looks like we got one there.
Nice. Right along that ridge.
Yep.
That's a good spot. I mean, that's tailor-made right there, brother.
Yeah, not many people trapping mink now, so it's not like the old days, racing to the bridge or...
But that's just tailor-made. Yeah. We got number 2 double.
Yeah, nice old...
Nice.
I like those traps. Oh, it's a nice male.
Yeah, big one. Back foot, huh?
Yep, that's a good sized male.
Sweet.
Yes, sir. We got one on the other, a trap on the other side, but I like these old number 2s. They make great mink traps and anything that comes through here. Draw down. It doesn't take long for the mink to expire. Sometimes you gotta adjust the rock. There we go. And it'll go right through there. An old mill pond up the road here, and everything comes out of that pond there. Mink, sometimes otter come through here. I haven't seen a coon in quite some time. We don't have a lot of coon. But this spot's been great. They hunt up along here in these little woodlands. And some years the mink aren't on the stream, but they are this year. So I took advantage of that.
Nice mink right there, buddy.
Yep, it's a nice male.
Yeah, that's, I mean, if anybody's ever seen my minking video that I did, I know you have, but the minking video I did, I love these blind sets along these concrete barriers. Those mink, raccoon, muskrat, all of them, they're gonna hug these walls.
Oh yeah.
And that's actually what this guy was trying to do. And you got some more work tonight, brother.
Yeah. A lot of times I'll avoid these places, like years ago when we had a lot of mink trappers. I wouldn't even bother setting it, but we don't have that many people trapping them right now, so I jumped on it.
Well, I'm sure you'll get more here. That's not the only mink running through here.
No, there's a lot of them around.
Pretty awesome. Tell you what, Eddie, that weather has changed.
Oh yeah.
That right out there, I don't know if the camera can pick up those 2 huts or 3 huts. One regular hut that's being worked and then 2 older ones, but
no beaver.
That right there is where I filmed the under ice beaver video with Johnny. That's right where I filmed that video with Johnny. We walked right out there on that and filmed that video on under ice beaver.
That's
back in the day. That's where it was.
Yeah, we've caught a lot of beaver out there over the years. I really love coming here. Reminds me of Johnny all the time. when I'm out here.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, we were right out there. Shit, that's like 20 years ago, man. It's like 20 years ago that I was here.
Yeah.
Filming that for him. What, no beaver over there?
No beaver. I got one here earlier, but like the rain's coming in, so they'll probably come swim around tonight and check out the hole in the dam and say what's going on.
Right there at the break point, you broke it out a little bit?
Yep, I got 2 Bridger number 5s set over there.
Nice. Well, we'll come back in and check it tomorrow and hopefully have one, but that brings back a lot of memories right there, Eddie.
Yeah. Johnny always waited till the winter time to go after them because there's no real easy way to get down here to catch any beaver unless you do this, make a hole in the dam, because they're kind of way out there in the middle. But we need bait for Fisher, so.
We definitely need bait for Fisher. Well, that weather, that changed a lot. This in the last hour, it went from sunny and about 55, 60 degrees to cloudy, windy, and literally it's dropped 10, 15 degrees.
Oh,
it's down in the low 40s.
Yeah.
It's cold. You can probably hear the wind blowing, but pretty awesome up here in the Adirondacks. The brand is so much bigger than myself or anybody involved with what we're doing. It's the tradition of, it's that woodsmanship that these kids and even adults can learn just by being out there. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to get people involved, trying to get people to feel that. And every time you go out there with them, you're experiencing that outdoors through them. We're showing the simplicity of things, and we're trying to debunk a lot of those myths that maybe scares people away from doing it at times, thinking that, it's just too hard, there's too much into it. No, it's pretty easy, and we're going to show you how easy it is, and you're going to be able to go out and do it.
Get started trapping those problem animals and nest raiders today. Become the steward of your own land or lease. Visit NorthAmericanTrapper.com.